Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Lucas and I want to thank you all for clicking on my video today. If you're not familiar with me or my channel, as I just mentioned, my name is Lucas. I am a part-time reseller and this is episode 34 of ONL Flips, my 2019 year in review part 1. So episode 34 is being split into 3 parts. We'll have this video where I'm going to briefly go over a couple things that I mentioned in my episode 0 to this channel where I introduced myself as a reseller. I'm going to go over my numbers, how much I made, how much I spent, how much my eBay fees were, and stuff like that, just for complete transparency, because that's what I wanted this to be. I wanted to make videos just completely documenting my journey as a reseller. So we're going to do that, and then at the end of this video, we're going to go over a few 2020 goals that I have. Now in the next couple of days, I'm going to be uploading parts 2 and 3 to this video. Part 2 is going to be my top 10 favorite items that I sourced in 2019, and part 3 is going to be my top 10 highest selling items from this year. So if you want to see those videos, make sure you click subscribe down below so you get notified whenever those come up. Again, those will be up in the next couple of days. So let's continue on with part 1, my 2019 year in review. So briefly, I want to go over episode 0. If you want to watch the full thing, you can click the top link in the description down below. Any links that I reference in the description will be in chronological order that they appeared in this video. So if you want to watch that, you can click it down below. But I just want to take a couple little things. I rewatched it, and there's a couple things that I want to make note of and address and see how much I've kind of grown this last year as a reseller. So let's take a look. A little bit about me. I used to flip with my dad back in high school, and it was my summer job in college. Flipping was, so I had a lot of fun doing it. I loved going to auctions. I loved just the thrill of it and buying and flipping and turning it into a profit, etc., etc. So I've been doing it for a while. How I go about flipping, I don't do buy it nows. I solely do auctions because I only do it part-time. I only do it on the weekends, so and plus I don't have a lot of space, so I like the quick turnaround of auctions. You put it up 7 days later, most likely it's gone because most likely it's gone. You get rid of it, you go buy new stuff and start anew. So my thing is I look for stuff that I know I can sell auction. Now going into this year, that totally made sense because all of my ideas as a reseller were done over like a 3-month span where me and my dad didn't have a lot of space. What we needed to get, we needed to sell, and we needed to get it out of here. So when we were buying stuff, we looked at stuff that we could put on there for 7 days, and then that would be shipped and gone so that we could move through as much product as we can in this tiny little window that I was home from college. So that's what my idea was going in, that it was going to go the same way. I was going to approach it the same way. And that all changed when I got burned on a Sony Handycam that should have sold somewhere around the $75 mark, but only ended up selling for, I think, $24 plus $10 to ship it. And I decided at that point it was time to try something new. I knew I was going to be doing this in a long haul. I was going to be sitting on stuff a lot longer. So I decided we're just going to bite the bullet and go buy it now. And I think that was the best decision that I could have made. I approach things that completely open up a door to reselling for me. I was looking at stuff differently. I was looking at some stuff at how fast it would sell, but at some stuff that had a higher price, but I'd be sitting on it for a lot longer, where that stuff we totally would have passed on. So I'm really glad that I made that decision. Also, can we talk about how I desperately need a haircut? Basically what I'm working with right now, I think I'm going to go to another auction on Sunday here, and I'll let you guys know what I find there. And yeah, I hope this works out, and I hope you guys like to see the journey, and I hope I grow and go somewhere. And really, that was the only thing that I mentioned in the the introductory video. The rest of the video was me going over what inventory I had, and most of that's gone now, I think. So I just mainly wanted to point out how much space there was. I mean, look at these pictures now. My room is full. I grew so fast, and a lot faster than I would, and I hope to keep growing in 2020. Maybe I'll have to get a storage unit. I'm going to try not to, but yeah, so that's kind of my 2019 short recap of how I was going to approach things and how I changed. I thought I went over a lot more in that video than I did, but I've learned a ton. I've learned how to ship better, I've learned how to pack better, I've learned how to photograph better, and I think overall just I went leaps and bounds in information, and that's from watching other YouTubers, joining Facebook groups, and just really paying attention to other eBay stores and stuff like that too. So I think I grew a lot this year, and I hope that I can keep growing at the same rate in 2020. So now we're going to start talking about my numbers from 2020, and one of the first things I want to look at is my eBay fees, because I think they tell the story of my year pretty much. So as you can see here on the screen, my eBay fees in January, I had $62.36 in fees, which I think is pretty good. I was still selling at a auction style. For the first 3 months, I was selling auction style. And in January, one of the big things is I sold one of my top 10 highest selling items of the year. Was one of the first things that I sold. I also had some other stuff that I had bought from the tail end of 2018 when I really started, that sold. So that was kind of the reason why January was pretty higher. In February, I already had a lot of stuff, and I was kind of outgrowing the couple of shelves that I had. So I wanted to focus on selling stuff rather than buying more stuff. So I don't think I bought a ton in February. I think I only bought like 1 or 2 things. In March is when I decided to switch over to Buy It Now, and you can really tell that it immediately jumped back up, and then from there it just keeps going up. April was the start of yard sale season where I started getting more stuff. May is kind of went, so I would say from like January to April, I was walking at a brisk pace. I knew what I was doing, I was picking up speed, and then once May kicked around, I started jogging. I was jogging in May, and then June, July, and August, all fees over $250. I was going at a full sprint. I was sourcing every weekend. I was going yard sailing on Fridays and Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 2, just going all over the Indianapolis area to try and get as much inventory as I could. And I was being really good about listing. I was coming home and I was listing on Sunday, which was one of my days off. And then, those were the 3 biggest months where I was making the most money. Another big reason that August was so big is that's when I made my $1,500 buy. I bought it on July 31st, and most of that stuff started getting listing at the beginning of August, and it sold really, really fast. I made my $1,500 back in like a week and a half, I think. So that's why August was so high. That's where one of my biggest purchases was. For instance, just a little later, I spent $4,500 on inventory in 2019. $1,500 of that was one buy, so that's a pretty big chunk. And then September kind of slowed down. Obviously, it was going to go down a little bit. And then in October is when I switched to my newest position, where I went from working Monday through Friday 1 to 9 to working Saturday through Wednesday 4 p.m. to 1 in the morning. So that kind of took a toll on my energy. I was tired a lot more and stuff like that, and you can tell because my video uploads kind of went down from then too. And then I kind of stopped sourcing in October. I still had a bunch of stuff. I was still listing in October, and then November it kind of just deadened. The holidays started to kick in, around Thanksgiving, and I just wasn't listing very much. And then pretty much from October to December, I wasn't sourcing at all. And then in December, I knew I needed to pick up the pace. I kind of got adjusted to my schedule a little bit, and that's why my tail end of 2019 was really good for that Q4. So, yeah, total in eBay fees, I spent $1,635.75, which you guys can kind of put together. eBay takes 10%. You can kind of figure out how much from there I got. So next on the screen you can see are some purchases that I made, a bunch of shipping supplies, shelving units. That was stuff that the shelving units and the Rolo printer, which were a big chunk of it, are stuff I'm really not going to have to buy in 2020 unless I move into a storage unit, which again I'm trying not to do. So that was a big chunk of fees. So I expect the purchases to go down, maybe more shipping supplies, so it might even out. I'm not really sure how 2020 is going to go. But yeah, so $682.23 in miscellaneous purchases. And the one thing that I'm just going to tack on here that I can't really explain are my PayPal fees. In PayPal, I spent $902.64 in PayPal fees. One thing that I should note for my spreadsheet, the reason why I kept my eBay fees on a monthly basis is I don't like looking at the eBay fee on a per item basis. The way I look at it is every month I pay a fee to eBay to use their service, and I don't pay eBay a fee to sell one item. I just think it keeps the spreadsheet cleaner, it makes the numbers a little easier. The only thing I do look at on a per item basis is PayPal, and I've kind of talked about this before. Here's a little screenshot of my guide. You got the purchase price, you got the sold amount, and how much they charged to ship, or how much I charged to ship, how much I ended up paying in shipping, and then the PayPal deposit, and then I subtract from there the PayPal deposit, how much it cost to ship it, and how much the cost of good was to get kind of a per item plus or minus. And with that, I can decide like, clothes, not very much profit there, but Guitar Hero guitars I'm making $20 a piece off of. So I can kind of see on a per item basis which items are good to buy again and which ones I should probably pass on. Alright, so now it's time to figure out just how much profit I made in 2019. The numbers will be over here on the screen for you to follow along with. So first off, we got to take up how much I sold in 2019. And in 2019, I sold $15,354.66 worth of product. Now we got to add to that how much I charged people shipping, which was another $1,849.27, which gives me a total of $17,203.93 that I was given for my goods. So now from this number, the $17,203.93, we got to start taking away fees and stuff like that. So first off, we're going to take away my cost of goods, which was $4,534.22. Then we got to take off how much I actually paid in shipping, which was $2,892.10. Remember, I charged $1,849.27, so almost $1,000 that I paid out of pocket to ship my items. From there, we take out my miscellaneous fees. We'll go ahead and get them out of the way. So $682.23. Again, that's things like shelves, my Rolo printer, shipping supplies. From there, we're going to take out the PayPal fees, which is $902.64. And then we got to take out the big boy, the eBay fee, which is $1,635.75 to use eBay to sell my goods, which leaves us with a grand total of pure profit of $6,556.99, which, in my opinion, is pretty good. I didn't know what to expect coming into this year. I figured I'd maybe make $2,000, $3,000, which is what I was used to from my summer job, And I split that with my dad, of course. So $6,500 is just about 20% of what I make at my full-time job, which I think is pretty good. Of course, I'm rounding those down. We're not getting very extremely specific. So it's about 20% of what I make doing my full-time job before taxes. And I think that's pretty good, And plus, I've got this entire room filled with inventory that's paid for so that I can get 2020 off with a running start, whereas in 2019, I had maybe 30 extra items. I mean, according to eBay, I have another $3,000 worth of product listed in my store right now, and I probably have $2,000 to $3,000 worth of product that I haven't even listed yet because of how slow my 2019 ended. So in reality, that could have been $10,000 in profit, and that would have obviously been better. So I expected a higher number, but after looking back on it and looking at how much I have left, I'm very pleased. I think for my first year, I think that's a very good job. But of course, in 2020, I want to do it better. So the final number, $6,556.99 of pure profit in 2019. One thing I should note about those numbers that I can feel a few of you already wanting to comment about is tax. How much of that is going to get taken out by tax? The answer to that question, I don't know. I don't know taxes. I have no idea. I'm going into it blind this year. I might learn more from actually having somebody do my taxes. So if you want to figure that out, I live in Indiana, have fun, go to town. But just for this instance, I'm not taking taxes out of it. The taxes come out whatever I go in April. So now let's take a few minutes to talk about my 2020 goals. Let's just jump into it here. Right off the bat, I want to have a better quarter four. I went from a dead sprint all the way down to like a slow walk, and a lot of that was because of my full-time job really affecting me. But this year I want to finish strong, and I want to hit the numbers that I have as my other goals here. I really want to hit those, and I know a strong quarter four is going to help me do that. I can't rely on the middle of the year and just yard sale season. I need to finish strong, and I want to get off to a good strong start too here to kick off the year. So yeah, a better quarter four is one of my first goals. Another goal that I have is I want to hit $5,000 sold in a 60-day period. I did that this year, and for a brief second I hit $6,000 over a 60-day span, but that only lasted like an hour, and a lot of that was because of the $1,500 deal that I made. And who knows if this year, if I'm going to make another one of those, something that I can buy that I can turn into $2,000 worth of profit. So yeah, at some point this year I want to hit $5,000 sold over a 60-day span. The numbers that I want to hit are in profit. I want to double. I want to double what I made in profit, which adds up to $13,113.98. And for sales, I want to do what I did again plus half. So I made $15,354.66 in sales. I want to double. I want to do 50% better, I think is how it maths. I want to do another $7,677.33, which adds up to $23,031.99 in sales. I think that's a very reasonable goal to attain for. Again, I'm kind of taking into account that I might not have another $1,500 deal to really kind of like give me a big boost there in the middle of the year. So I'm relying on maybe a bunch of smaller things and adding that up. Another kind of like YouTube goal, I hit 660 subscribers across 2019, and I would really like to double that. Maybe we get to 1,200. Maybe I do twice as good, and I also want to be a lot more active on Instagram. So those are some kind of non-numbers goals that I want to accomplish with the YouTube side of things. I just love making videos, and it's always something that I've done since I was a little kid. So even having 660 subscribers, even if I only make it to 661 by the end of 2020, I will be very happy with that. This is something I do for fun and something I can look back on and kind of see how I'm growing and stuff like that. But the biggest goal that I have in 2020 is for May, June, July, and August. I want to use eBay profit to pay my rent for the month, slash bills. That all kind of gets looped together. I want to make my car payment, and I want to pay my student loan for those 4 months strictly out of eBay. And a lot of you are saying, well, why don't you make that a goal every month? Because I know some months are going to be slower, and I know through the summer is going to be my biggest numbers based off yard sale season. And why I stop at August instead of like September or October, whenever it's still kind of yard sale season, is in September I'm getting married, so I'm going to be putting my store on at least a 2-week vacation mode, and I know that's going to kind of halt some progress. The listing's going to stop, stuff's going to get hidden. I know that's how it works. But if I add that up, rounding numbers, rent after I split it with my fiance is about $600 a month. My car payment is $200-ish, and my student loan is another $300-ish. So that adds up to $1,100 in profit for those 4 months that I want to specifically use to pay my half of the rent slash bills, pay my car payment, and pay my student loan. And that's the biggest goal that I want. That's why I do the eBay on the side, to kind of help either A, give me and my fiance a little more spending money, so I can use this money instead of my full-time job to help do things. And this is why I do it, for the extra money. I do it because it's fun. And that's the biggest goal that I have in 2020. So I'm going to be pinning this to the wall here with my price stickers. I want this to grow too. Can that be a smaller goal? Make my price sticker wall better? So yeah, I'm going to be putting that there. Those are my 2020 goals, and I hope you guys help to keep me to them. But anyway, that's going to do it for part 1 of this episode, where I went over my 2019 numbers. Let me know in the comments down below if you hit your goals for 2019, and maybe a goal that you have for 2020 that you'd like to hit. So yeah, in the next couple of days, I will have parts 2 and part 3 of this episode out, again going over my top 10 favorite items that I sourced in 2019 and my top 10 highest selling items in 2019. So I hope, again, you stick around for that. Click the subscribe button down below, so that way I know, or that way you know whenever I release the video. Not when I know you release the video. That's not how this works. So yeah, thank you so much for watching in all of 2019. Here's to a good 2020 for everybody in the reselling community, and I will see you all in the next one.